somebody can go through hormone therapy, can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting.
I really don't want to dress as a woman for a month. I really don't want to do it. 30 grand though.
30 grand though.
It's mostly your ass and cock
and
penis involved.
I am the problem.
Well, because I take photos for the battle pass.
For this second video, I wanted to do someone unique, someone innovative, someone groundbreaking. After many years of extensive research, we settled upon the donation collecting, medicine peddling.
Is that now it's officially going to be completely illegal for under 18s to have access to gender affirming care?
Girl clothing fetishizing Twitch darling, also known as F1NN5TER, who so far has managed to dodge any allegations against him, unlike several of his friends. We will be evaluating this wonderful individual along our 4 criteria, our 4 phases. I will end with some closing notes. What really makes this person tick? What makes them unique? What sets them apart from the other internet femboys out there? So, was he a nerd? Well, he started streaming Minecraft while being a minor, which is already kind of a nerd thing. He's British.
What the?
Kind of a red flag. Has a social life surrounded by Chris Tyson, his girlfriend Ashley, and adult film stars John Hollywood.
I am mad because I have been sitting here in chat and in my car for the last like 4 hours, and then you invite Chris on.
F1NN5TER has still been diagnosed with clinical depression.
I got a little. I went to a doctor. I got a little diagnosis for clinical depression a few months back.
And uses this as a reason to randomly take breaks and then not take breaks and end the breaks early when he feels like streaming again. So, no one really knows if this is real, but it probably is, at least to an extent. The guy feels sad from time to time and therefore has clinical depression. And also admits to being an alcoholic. They drink frequently off stream.
Goes well with Frank Sinatra. Whiskey. So I just started carrying around the bottle of whiskey and taking little sips, you know. I think I was making glasses of whiskey and then I stopped and just started drinking from the thing. But whiskey's good.
But I would say this is enough information to diagnose them with being a nerd, and thus they fulfill phase 1 of the pipeline. Secondly, F1NN5TER isn't just addicted to porn. F1NN's entire life appears to revolve entirely around sex. It started out as periodic cross-dressing and making sexual jokes on stream, getting sex toys in the mail and showing it on the stream, albeit briefly, so he has plausible deniability, but everybody knows he's doing it. Dressing in skimpy outfits for donations, quote, living as a girl for donations, and also having an OnlyFans. F1NN5TER isn't just addicted to porn. F1NN5TER is porn. F1NN5TER is a porn star, by the literal definition of it. And also, more recently, it's come out that it is likely that he is sleeping with a 50-year-old man from America.
I was there with my dad's friend, who's like 50 late 50s, and I was here with a friend of mine, who is also 50s.
This is not confirmed, but it is very likely based on the information we have, and we'll label this person as LE because this particular donor, a very wealthy donor of Finster's, will come up later. And you might wonder to yourself, how does he get away with this? Well, fortunately for him, he is a Twitch darling. Twitch darlings typically get the rules enforced on them quite leniently, because they bring in a lot of money for the company. So, they can get away with skirting the rules quite a lot more than your average streamer. Also, is his addiction homosexual adjacent? Obviously. It is a cross-dressing feminization femboy fetish. Of course it's homosexual adjacent. It's virtually homosexual given that it's come out that he's probably sleeping with a 50-year-old man from America. He gets off on transitioning just as other people get off on seeing him transition. A very specific case, he was offering to bribe a man by the name of Jack Manifold with £30,000 to dress up as a woman for a month. Fortunately, this money was never paid out, so I think the guy never did. But the fact that he did that at all is a strong indication that he has a fetish for this kind of content. Thirdly, negative experience with women. So, at face value, it might appear that Finster had no negative experience with women. And honestly, I'd agree. Finster's case is incredibly unique. As far as we know, no woman may have been involved. However, the positive reinforcement that this man has received to, quote, become a girl is unfathomably strong. Their stream income is dependent on their feminization. Their social group consists of many transgender individuals. They are on a Discord server where they offer transitioning tips and transitioning resources. Everything about this person reinforces them to continue living this way. So, as far as negative experience with women, none. But positive experience as a man, also none. Their identity was already tenuous to begin with, given that they started doing this as a teenager. And finally, the fourth phase. Now, this is a very interesting thing because, technically speaking, as of July 26th, Finster has not announced a transition to become a woman. They've only gone insofar as identifying as gender fluid, taking estrogen, and then identifying as bisexual. Probably because they had sex with a 50-year-old man from America. Finster's entire social group was already consisting of femboys and trans women before he started identifying differently. So the social group stays the same. And Finster is a unique existence in the way that he is an active force to get men to transition into women.
How's things? I'm out here creating femboys.
A few years back, in 2023, which is only 1 year back, a year ago in 2023, Finster donated to...
And then I was told about Gender GP. They're great, I've talked to them an awful lot.
We want to provide healthcare, but the other thing that's so desperately missing is education.
I was looking for an organization that could take $50,000.
An illegal, over-the-counter sex hormone clinic that was ousted from the UK for violating UK law and was also responsible for the death of a teenage girl who received illicit testosterone from this clinic without her parents' knowledge and proceeded to commit suicide. In this sense, Finster has offered direct financial support to a clinic implicated in the death of a teenager. This is an indication of a bizarre and extreme political view surrounding trans people and trans individuals where they have no regard for the law as long as they can support their fetish. Similarly, after Gender GP, the illicit sex hormone clinic was shut down, Finster tried to start his own.
I've wanted to set something up that was similar to Gender GP, but a non-profit, something that doesn't take any money out. Now, this is something I really want to get involved with. I think I've found some good people to do it with, and we're actually beginning trials really soon.
But this was also shut down fairly quickly as it was against UK law. So, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but in the most objective sense, Finster has not traveled through the pipeline. Finster has walked on top of the pipeline and funneled other people into it, which is what makes him unique. Thanks to the Tropical Bird Farms for offering me many invaluable resources in the creation of this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Finster's extremely undeveloped jaw and lack of masculinity in his facial structure, but that didn't correct his extremely deformed jaw. If you ever get a side profile of the guy, really helps in making him pass well compared to many other trans individuals, which he has used to great effect.